Coming up, Ipswich City Council begins a nationwide hunt for a new CEO, a new permanent location for Ipswich Hospital's COVID fever clinic, road safety improvements for Ipswich schools, a significant boost for ecotourism, what's in a name, and the Olympics come to Ipswich on the big screen. It's Friday, July 16, 2021, and I'm Alan Roebuck. Welcome to Ipswich Today, which acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which it is produced and pays respects to elders past, present and emerging. This podcast is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. Ipswich City Council has officially commenced its search for a new Chief Executive Officer. Mayor Teresa Harding said Council was looking for an experienced leader. She said this was an important and critical step forward for the city. The recruitment panel will consist of Mayor Harding, councillors Andrew Fechner, Marnie Doyle and Jacob Madsen. In what could be seen as a bipartisan approach, it will also include former member for Ipswich and State Government Minister Rachel Nolan as the sole independent person on the panel. Specialist recruitment company Davidson has been selected to facilitate the recruitment process, which is anticipated to take approximately 2 months to complete. The recruitment period is open until early August. The world's biggest sporting event will be beamed into Ipswich's newest entertainment precinct, Tulma Place, with residents able to watch the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games on the big screen. Special events will be staged alongside the Olympics, and special sporting guests on site will include Robbie McEwen, Olivia Vivian, and Ipswich local Deborah Ackerson. The Olympics live site and community activities will be held in Tulma Place and on the big screen from 9am to 5pm, July 23 until August 8. Road safety upgrades are set to improve safety at Goodna and Bundamba schools. Flashing school zone signs will be installed near Goodna Special School and Bundamba State Secondary College. Bundamba MP Lance McCallum said the locations were chosen based on technical advice from the Department of Transport and Main Roads. He said the signs at Goodna's Special School will be installed on Queen Street and solar-powered signs will be installed along Bergensill Road at Bundamba Secondary College. The currently under construction facility for the Brisbane Lions at Springfield Central prompted a lot of discussion at June's meeting of Ipswich City Council as councillors grappled with determining a permanent name. From that meeting, Councillor Paul Tully.
Two things. One is in relation to the suburb description. I think it's important that the suburb name that we choose, if we use the suburb name at the start, which would make a lot of sense, that it does reflect the actual suburb in which it's located. There may be an argument under Section 15 of the Place Names Act of 1994 that that it does require the correct suburb name to be used, and that's similar to what we've put into town planning applications for many years, that developers can't use the wrong suburb name. The word parklands actually, to me, is an all-embracing sort of much. A park can be anything from 400 square metres to a very large area. I'd be quite happy to support that. I think one of the names suggested was for discussion was stadium, but there were reasons that I think the company behind the support figure didn't see it as reaching that stadium sort of level. Councillor Andrew Fechner.
If Councillor Johnnick were to propose an amendment to the current resolution for Springfield Central Park lands, I like that name. Yeah. I think it's very fitting of the precinct as well. And I support Councillor Tully's very pragmatic approach in the naming conventions and keeping it specific to the suburb.
Council officer and place name expert Brett Davey was called to the meeting.
If I can direct you to the report.
Yes. On
page 99 of the report, we have a list of existing named assets which may pose potential conflicts in naming, and Springfield Central Parklands is listed in there. In Springfield Central, it's a broader ribbon of parkland that joins along creeks through that area.
Councillor Andrew Fechner.
Just through you, Mayor, and to Mr Davey, if we were to be using navigational technology to get to Springfield Central Parklands. Is there presently an identified location on a map that would take you to?
I would presume so. I'd need to check using the relevant technologies, but it is a gazetted name, so it's been formally named.
Councillor Russell Milligan.
Mayor, I concur with Councillor Ireland in that I think stadium would be appropriate for that precinct. Thinking back to QE2 Sports Stadium at Nathan, that was purpose-built for the Commonwealth Games. That was the main arena stadium, also included the training field beside. So I think stadium doesn't have to refer completely to the main field. It can also include the additional field to the side. I think I'd raised that in our previous discussions in workshop. So I, with that respect, I concur with Councillor Ireland in that we should just call the whole complex a stadium. It makes it stand out as the purpose of that area, and if it is going to be put forward for possible use during the 2032 Olympics, then we know that it's the stadium.
At the end of lengthy discussions, councillors eventually voted on a name and resolved to adopt Springfield Central Stadium. Ipswich Hospital's Fever Clinic has a permanent home from Saturday, July 17. Westmoreton Health's new purpose-built fever clinic is located in Court Street, about 200 metres from the rear entrance of the hospital. The Hospital Fever Clinic previously operated from the Jubilee building since March 2020, and the space it occupied will revert to clinical use. Chief Operating Officer Matthew Tallis said patient and staff safety were key considerations in deciding the location and design of the new fever clinic. The demountable building was built off-site and lowered into place by crane on June 11. The 12 by 6 metre building includes an awning so people waiting in line can shelter from the weather. The walk-in clinic will be open 7 days a week and no appointments are required. Just visit the Westmoreton Health website for information. The Ipswich Hospital Museum, which closed to make room for the fever clinic in March 2020, will return to the Jubilee building when it reopens after renovations. A significant ecotourism project in rural Grantchester has been approved by Ipswich City Council. Located adjacent to Spice's Hidden Vale and Hidden Vale Adventure Mountain Bike Park, the proposed Bubbling Springs project will be set on more than 1,600 hectares. It will include a new camping site, grass tent sites, semi-permanent glamping structures, caravan park, communal use eco-facilities, as well as expanded mountain bike and running trails for almost 300 guests. A total of 60 single campsites, 3 group sites accommodating 8 individual tents per site, 7 caravan sites, and 8 permanent eco-tents have been approved for development and will support general day use and major events like 3+3, the Trail Run Epic, and Ipswich Trail Run Series. The site will also have 5 barbecue pavilions, 4 amenities blocks and 2 camp kitchens, and will cater for live music between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Ipswich City Council is working with 3 additional schools on its School Safe Parking program to help improve safety during Term 3. St Joseph's Primary School at North Ipswich and Collingwood Park State School have joined for the first time, while Fernbrook State School at Redbank Plains has rejoined the program. Cameras have been installed at the 3 schools to help improve parking and promote safe road travel during busy school pick-up and drop-off times, which is a polite way of warning drivers to do the right thing or face pain in your wallet. As always, a reminder to look for handy links in the show notes. Ipswich Today is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. This podcast is also listener-supported. Please make a once-only gift or regular donation to help keep it online. Just go to ipswichtoday.com.au and click the donate button at the bottom of the page. You can follow this podcast on your favourite app, including iHeartRadio, or play Ipswich Today from your smart speaker. Music is supplied by Purple Planet Music. This is Alan Roebuck. Thanks for listening.